thing to do. I'd experienced the bombing in Manchester, which occurred mostly round about during the Christmas break of 1940. As I say, we lived only a few miles from Manchester, and some of the experiences, just very brief, some of the experiences I had during that, we had to live, actually my parents had a musical instrument business and we lived above the shop, and there were audition rooms which were placed underneath the stairs in the shop itself. And my brother and I, he slept in one audition room, I slept in the other whenever there were any raids on. Now, one evening we heard a terrific noise. So this being actually in the shop, all we needed to do was to go out through the shop, out of the front door into the main street. And it was as light, almost as light as day. So I went back in the house and got a newspaper, took it out, and you could actually read the paper by the lights of the fires which were burning in Manchester. Now, of course, business had to go on, and I was home for Christmas. My father had an order for a piece of sheet music, and he couldn't leave the shop. We hadn't any assistance other than I was helping out in the shop. So he asked me if I'd go into Manchester the following morning to pick this sheet of music up, because someone was giving a concert the following day and had to have it. So I went on the journey to Manchester. There's an electric train, there still is an electric train going from Bury to Manchester, and our town, Radcliffe, is on that line. And I went early, well, I suppose it must be 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. I went along. And as we approached the station in Manchester, there's a large warehouse, I think it was Baxendale's, a massive warehouse, was completely on fire. And the heat from the fire was so great that you could not sit on the side of the train on which the fire was. So everyone moved over to the other side of the train. Now, when we got to the station, of course, there'd been one of the major bombing attacks during the night. We got out of the station and you've never seen such terrible destruction in all your life. I mean, the streets were, well, buildings blown down, the streets covered in glass and rubble and so on. And I had to go from the station up through town. It's a place called Shoot Hill. Anyone knowing Manchester will know where it is. And they had to go up there, excuse me, had to go up the street, over this glass and rubble and climbing it over and down. I thought, now, what a stupid waste of material lives. What is it? War is just dreadful. And this was happening, of course. We weren't only the country, we weren't the only ones getting it. We were doing the same in Germany, except on a much bigger scale. I mean, I think the figure is something like 80,000 British people, civilians, were killed in the raids, and over 800,000 were killed in Germany. In fact, in one town, as many people were killed in one night as what actually occurred in Britain during the whole of the war. So this is what war is. It is just absolutely horrible and should certainly not continue to be used for any purpose.